Evening, beautiful souls. I don't know the right time you're watching me. Maybe you joined in when it's morning on your side, or maybe it's afternoon. So, hey, it's evening to every single person watching me right now. This is Joy Victory TV, and my name is Joy Victory, your host, your sister, your friend in this space. And if you're new here, welcome. If you've been walking this journey with me for 2 months or 3 months now, thank you for staying. And tonight is not a rushed live stream. It's not a short talk. It's not a background noise. And tonight is just a day. It's a night to pause, actually. It's a moment to slow down, to sit down ourselves and to reflect, especially because we are standing at a very sensitive point in the time, the end of 1 year and the doorway into another year. So before we go any further, allow me to something very important. Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. I know I didn't wish you. Whether you celebrated with your family, alone, quietly, or not at all, I hope your heart felt even a small sense of warmth and peace. And if you didn't feel anything, you can please comment down there. I'll be able to read your chats. So, and as the year slowly comes to an end, I want to wish you a happy new year in advance. Not just a new year full of noise and pressure, but one full of clarity, healing, wisdom, and rest. The fact that you are here tonight tells me something, that you survived this year. Yeah. And survival, especially in the world we live in, is not small. So breathe, take a deep breath. Relaxing me just, yeah, to everyone. So as we sit here together, let me gently remind you of something that also matters. I'm a content creator, yes, but I also offer professional voice over services. As we move the new year, if you need a voiceover for your for adverts, okay, your documentaries, narrations, church projects, at times social media, you know, or any creative work uh, that you just want it voiced, please patronize me. Supporting my work allows me to continue creating content that speaks to real life, real pain, and real growth. So, as we close, as okay, we are so close to a milestone. We're approaching 300 subscribers. Right now, we are at 285. And if this channel has helped, okay, if this channel has ever helped you feel understood, less alone, or more helpful, I humbly ask you to help me reach 300 subscribers before the year comes to an end. So kindly subscribe, like, and even share. Let's carry this family into a new year stronger than we found it. Yeah. So kindly, if you've joined my live stream, kindly support my channel by just subscribing. I only need to get to 300 before the year comes to an end. I only need like 15 subscribers, and sure, we can do this. So, as the title of the video suggests, we're ending our year with hope, you know, and I want us to speak about the blessing of still standing. Yeah. So there is this saying that my mom likes telling me, no matter how heavy the storm, that okay, no matter how heavy the storm is, the tree that bends survives. I think maybe that saying is quite self-explanatory, and maybe she got it as an African saying. I don't really understand where she got it. So many of us bent this year. Some of us almost broke, and some of us cried in places no one saw us crying, and yet you're here. You know, this year may have been Okay, this year may have given you everything you ever wanted, everything that you ever wanted, but it gave you something priceless, that is life. And even the Bible itself, you'll have to pardon me. Someone told me that I like quoting scriptures. Oh my God. I'm trying, okay, I'm not going to limit quoting scriptures because I I'm a Christian, I'm a believer of the word, and I live the word. So at times the Bible helps me resonate with some of the things I say. So in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 4, anyone who is among the living has hope. That's actually the message that chapter says. Rogers Moire. Hi. Yeah, the tree that bends. Hi Rogers, where are you watching me? Cap 3 Cap 3834. Hi. I hope you're doing fine. Yeah. So basically that's the book. I've quoted Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verses 4. Yes. And you can go read it at your own free time. Maybe you'll get to interpret it differently from how I've interpreted it. Hello BRDL24. How are you? So as long as you're breathing, hope still exists. That's how I interpreted that Bible verse. And even if you cannot see it clearly yet, sometimes we underestimate how powerful it is to just remain standing after everything that tried to knock us down. You understand? Yeah. So we can walk through how we. Okay, let's talk about the silent battles that we all carry. This is not your phone. Whose is it? But anyway, you can still use the same phone to subscribe to my channel. That's the most important thing that matters to me more than any other thing. Yeah. So the silent, okay, I want us to discuss about the silent battles that we carry. Uh, the one that is hidden is the one that hurts the most. And I'm gonna describe this more by this kind of a word that people say mostly. They hide their pain. Okay, behind every beautiful smile, there is a pain that is being carried. Most people always hide their pain through smiles. So, many people smile in public but bleed in private, and the strongest people you know are often the ones carrying the heaviest emotional burdens. Yours is charging. The difference between hope and faith. Oh my God. uh, how shall I say it? Faith is okay. Faith is believing. Faith is believing. If I'm not wrong, but still, you can help me. And you can help me interpret it. Faith is believing and say, okay, faith is believing what you saw. Sijui nitasemaje, but hope, actually hope is trusting for something that is yet to happen. I don't know if I've said it clearly. I don't know. Don't ask me questions. That's a joke. That's a joke anyway. So, as I was saying, many people smile in public, but deep down they cry when they're in having their own solitude moments, you know? And yeah, and mostly these people who we see smiling out here are the ones who carry the heaviest burdens. This is my father's phone for it's for work. Anyway, use your father's phone to subscribe to my channel and please like it, like this channel. Yeah. So some of you are dealing with this particular thing that I'm talking about. Maybe some of you are having family responsibilities that came too early, more especially, okay, mostly when I go through TikTok videos and even Instagram reels, I can see most of the people who talk about carrying the family's burdens are usually firstborn daughters and sons. Most of them have carried the burdens that parents there's okay, most of them have carried the responsibilities that parents are supposed to be carrying. And some people again have experienced financial struggles that you never planned for. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna talk about this because this is one of the crucial topics. Maybe I can talk about it and then someone misquotes me, so I'm not gonna dwell into depth about it. And then there is this where emotional wounds from people that you trusted a lot. It happens both in platonic friendships, it happens both in erotic friendships, it happens even in filial relationships. So, yeah, the people that you trusted the most are the ones who can hurt you to a point where, to a point that you're even beyond repair. You understand? So, dreams that did not actually work out the way you hoped. This happens mostly by the people who like manifesting. And I thank God, yesterday I was going through a certain video, and this particular lady by the name Ivy was explaining prayers, the difference between prayers and manifestation. And she was like, most people have similarities. Okay, yo, my grammar. Most people have okay, most people don't know how to differentiate between manifestations and prayers. So some people will okay be planning to, they wish to own a car, but they don't have any, what is it, they don't have any action put towards getting the car. So most of them will be like, I'm manifesting to get a car, and with that they equate that to prayers. Yeah, that is how maybe I can explain what manifestation is. You can go and do more research about it. So most people dream big, and when the achievements haven't yet happened, they start like putting blames on themselves. You understand? So every morning you wake up and you continue the same cycle, that you have a burden that you're carrying and you can't like talk about it. So that is courage. It's courage, but again, courage does not mean that you're not tired. You might as well be carrying a heavy weight. You feel like you don't wanna share it to some, you don't wanna share that with someone else because maybe you feel like you're going to, you're going like to make this person feel the weight of whatever thing you're carrying. And at some point, yeah, for God to bless the works of my hands. Yeah, that's actually what I was talking about. Yeah. So what do I mean when I say that courage doesn't mean that you shouldn't get tired? It simply means that you keep on going without, okay, you keep on going despite the tiredness. I'm sorry, my eyes are really aching. Anyway, so if tonight you feel emotionally exhausted, understand that you're not weak. You are just a human being who was trying to survive. So, what happens when life refuses to follow the plan that you had before? And one of the most painful lessons adulthood teaches most of us is that in life is that life does not respect our timelines. Mostly we plan, we pray, we even hope, but what can I say? It's later on goes contrary to how we expected it. You understand? So what should I say? Most I think this comes in with expectations. Like you planned a lot, you prayed about something, hoping that an instant miracle is gonna happen. You manifested so many things, and nothing seemed to work on your way. You understand? So there is a tale about a farmer that who actually there's a tale about a farmer who planted seeds, but he actually became impatient because the seeds didn't germinate, and every day he dug them up to check if they were actually growing, and in the process he destroyed all the all the seeds that he planted. So he never harvested anything, not because the seeds were bad or rotten. It was actually because he refused to wait. That is actually where most people don't wait. Some people will turn their backs on God when they were trusting God for a certain miracle and then the miracle didn't take place. So all I can say is that God always listens to, okay, he answers prayers, our prayers, but not instantly at times. There's some that he answers instantly, but there are some that he takes his own time and waits for the appointed time for it to happen. So many of us are always impatient with our own lives, and we find ourselves asking that, why am I still stuck here? Like, why is everyone else moving forward and not me? You now start questioning things that are happening, and this mostly happens when, let's say, your friends are winning and for you life is taking a different turn. You'll start questioning, and even at some point you'll even find yourself hating on these friends because you feel like they're doing something that, okay, they're actually doing something secretly without telling you. You understand? And some of you will even actually, you'll actually start questioning, why is it that your journey is slower than those of others? So I just want to say that growth always happens underground, and where you cannot, okay, it happens underground where actually you can't see it. You understand? So that is it. And at your free time, please go read this book, Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 3, where it talks about how vision delays, and it teaches you on how to wait for the vision that you had, and for sure it will come to pass. So if you go read that book, you'll be able to understand the importance of patience. So delay does not mean denial. Most people always feel like whenever something hasn't happened, it's denial. Like, if God didn't make this thing happen to you, it's like God has abandoned you. It's not denial. And waiting does not actually mean that you failed. It's just like preparing you for something great. And sometimes God delays you because you are, okay, God delays you because he doesn't want you to arrive early, because maybe you arriving early at that particular destination will destroy you than happening rightly. Boss Mugambi, hi, how are you doing? So I once tackled a particular episode about people pleasing, and I think it was going hand in, okay, it was going hand in hand with emotional exhaustions, and I want us to talk about with emotional exhaustion, and I want us to be honest about this particular topic. If you've not like gone through the whole episode at your free time, kindly go watch it. You'll be able to understand what people pleasing has. So let us talk about it honestly. Many of us, we've been actually raised to be polite, respectful, understanding, and while these are good qualities, they become more dangerous when we learn to sacrifice ourselves for acceptance. And this, I'm talking about the people who struggle with the issues of people pleasing. So mostly we find ourselves that we learned to say yes when our hearts were screaming a big no. We learned to smile big when deep inside we are really hurting. And we learned to keep quiet to avoid conflict. And there is this particular Swahili proverb. I'm going to say it in Swahili and then I'll translate it for my international audience. I thank God that God gave me an audience from the United States, Brazil, South Africa, Sierra Leone, Jamaica, and what other country, which is me? Nigeria, and here, most importantly, Kenya. So I want to say thank you so much for being a beautiful family for me. So there is this Swahili proverb that says that mpole ndiye hulaumiwa zaidi. What does it mean? The gentle one is the one who gets blamed the most. So mostly, I want to remind you that boundaries are not disrespect. It's actually self-respect. And even Jesus himself rested. Jesus himself withdrew, and he even said no without feeling guilty about it. When we go through the temptations of Jesus Christ in the book of in the four gospel books, both Matthew, Mark, John, and Luke, he was tempted, and he didn't do anything to please the devil. The same gospel books have talked about Jesus' journey from childhood till his ministration until the day he rested. And during his ministration, he performed different miracles in different places. And he also, what else did he do? The same Christ healed the sick, he performed miracles, and I remember at a point he was being forced to perform miracles because they were like questioning, they wanted to like, okay, they were like saying, if truly you're the Son of God, will you please do this? And he never did that to please the people who asked for the miracles. He instead said no. So if he himself, who is the mighty Messiah, said no, who are you not to tell people no without feeling guilty about it? So most importantly, okay, what do I mean when I say that you need to say no without feeling guilty about it? You need to choose yourself, and okay, you need to remember that choosing yourself does not make you selfish. It even makes you wise than, yeah, you know. So I want us to quickly talk about how healing at times is messy, and okay, how healing is messy, necessary, that is the most important thing, and how it's slow. You know, most psychiatrists will always tell you the importance of healing. If right now you go and confide in your friend, he or she will tell you to heal. And they won't like, okay, it seems to be that easy, but they won't like take you through the journey of healing. You might be having a very big scar, and maybe you've had a scar that hasn't been healed for quite a longer time, and no one is there to take you through the journey of healing. Instead, they'll be telling you to instead they'll be telling you to, what is it, they'll be telling you to just heal, and they can't like help you or guide you on how to heal. So healing, as I've always talked about, is not a straight line. And some days you'll feel stronger because you'll actually wake up feeling that you're okay, the scars are gone, but no. Some days the wounds will return. But now this is where relapses happens. You find the kind of trauma that you incurred has come back. It may come back as a dream, as a nightmare. It may come just as a, maybe you're seated at your on free time and then you feel like it's coming back. Yeah. Some days you'll wonder if you're actually making progress at all. That's how healing seems to be. And someone has asked, how does one keep in check? Okay, how does one keep in check the empathy in people pleasing? Okay, I think I tackled this when I did the whole episode on people pleasing kindly, so that I cannot like make a whole topic about it. Kindly please go watch that episode. You'll get to understand it more. It's clear. And you can as well hit me up through my DM. I'm gonna take you through it. Yeah. My number is in the description link. My social handle is also in the description. So you can kindly do that so that we can talk one-on-one conversations at a free cost. I don't charge people to talk to them. I'm just like, I'm just this lady who listens to someone. I've created an online society, an online family where I just like speak to everyone, listen to every people's pains, if possible, offering possible solutions. But at times, okay, someone asked me, how do I deal with what was it? How do I deal with the how? What was the question? With the strong points that people tell me. Okay, the pains that people share. I can't lie. At times, I get countertransference, and someone might be asking me what is countertransference. This is now where, if let's say someone people come to you with different kind of burdens, you find yourself being the burden bearer. At times you'll find yourself fitting the shoes that these people are in, and so the kinds of trauma they're going through, becomes the same trauma that you're facing. So, yeah, I get counter transferences most of the times, and that's why I took quite longer before uploading a different episode. Yeah, I was going through a counter transference where someone shared a very huge topic that literally brought me down. Yeah. So about people pleasing kindly, go watch my entire episode. You'll get to understand it so well. So back to the journey of healing. I was talking about how messy, how slow it is, and how important it is. So some days you'll feel, some days I've mentioned before that you will experience relapses, and some days you'll even question yourself if truly you're making progress in any healing journey. It's quite normal. You don't have to doubt the fact that you're in the journey of healing, and healing comes with acceptance. The moment that you identify that you have a problem, that's now the big step towards your healing journey. And that does not mean that healing is not happening. Whenever you're questioning if all those things are happening, it's it looks okay. Healing mostly looks like awareness. It looks like differently choosing yourself differently, or viewing yourself differently from how you perceived yourself before. Healing again looks like feeling emotions instead of burying them. You don't have to bury how you feel about a particular thing. It's now feeling it, and it's quite okay to feel whatever thing you're feeling. So, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verses 10, it says, "Do not fear, for I am with you." That is God's word to us. You are actually not healing alone. This is one thing I'm trying to remind someone. I've talked about healing most of the times, and you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to walk yourself. Okay, allow yourself to walk through this journey of healing without ever feeling guilty about it. Allow yourself to feel the pain. You don't have to postpone the pain that you go through. You understand? And allow yourself to learn new things that you were never taught. At times you have to learn some things and unlearn some things that you knew before. So with all this, how do we redefine success as this year comes to an end? Sorry, there is actually okay. There is some noise outside. I don't know if it's creating any problem here. So how do we redefine success as the year ends? As the year closes, many people feel pressure to measure success by money, marriages, titles, or even possessions. And I'm talking these basing on the videos I've seen out here on social media. William Ruto. Hi, how are you? Kindly subscribe to my channel and don't leave without liking. Okay. Now, as I was talking about redefining your success, and I was talking about the videos I've seen on social media. Some people will do this particular challenge of, "Hi, my name is Joy Victory. I'm this age, and I've I've achieved this by the end of the year. I got married. I I achieved this. Maybe I bought land." So most of the people define success basing on material form or many monetary form, you understand? But tonight I just want to invite you to redefine your success. Success again comes success is peace of mind. The moment you have peace of mind, that is success. Kennedy Gashero Mwangi said hi. How are you, Kennedy? Kindly subscribe to my channel and don't leave without liking my live stream. Yeah, so I was talking about you just having that peace of mind is success. You growing emotionally, emotional growth. That is something that most people lack. That is success. You learning who you are. The problem with us is most of us live by Most of us live by, is it lies, for lack of a better word? Success equals to contentment, yes. And I think it's in the book of Philippians or Ephesians where it says, God give me this God give me the power to be content. I don't know the exact, I think it's either Philippians or Ephesians. If you actually know it, kindly just help me. Yeah. So success equals contentment. That's true. And learning, oh, I was talking about learning who you are. Most of us have lived by lies because, let's say, growing up, you are told that you are this kind of a person. So you always grow up with the notion that people, with how people view you, you don't like view yourself in a positive way. So what the moment you learn to understand yourself, the moment you learn to know who you are, that is success. Success is no longer tolerating what hurts you. And mostly, most of us have developed stoicism as a character. We tend to cling to what to the things that really hurt us the most. Let's talk of the people who will abuse us or the people who will torment us emotionally, physically, and then you find yourself clinging to such a person. So success is no longer tolerating what hurts you the most. And sometimes the greatest achievement you can ever have for yourself is clarity. Seeking clarity is always the most important thing. And also you setting clear your boundaries, that is success. We've been here for 32 minutes. I wasn't even to take long. I was just here to break the silence that had taken long. So, as we stand at the edge of a new year, let us hold on, not to judge ourselves harshly, but to appreciate how far we've come. Remember that you're not late, you're not forgotten, you're not behind. I love you so much as my audience. You are actually becoming one of the greatest icons. And take a moment tonight to just thank yourself for surviving. This year has actually taken a toll on you. Thank yourself for surviving. Thank yourself for trying. Thank yourself for continuing, even when life felt heavy. And once again, Merry Christmas. I know it's belated, and Happy New Year in advance. I don't know if I'm gonna do any live stream sooner, or maybe I don't know if I'm going to upload an episode, but I think we can. Our first episode will happen after 1st of January. So yeah, thank you for being part of Joy Victory family. Thank you for supporting my voiceover work. Thank you for the people who have patronized me before. Thank you for helping us grow towards 300 subscribers before the year comes to an end. And may the new year meet you with gentleness. May it answer the prayers and the questions that this year left behind, and may it bring peace to the places that you felt restless. So, good night. Thank you so much. I love you all, and please be gentle with yourselves. Amen. Bye. See you next.